Welcome back to CCW. We're here in East Haven. Wild Bill Brown's got the mic.
This or Jose and Hans?
Jay Lethal now making his way down to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here in East Haven.
Bill Brown always has to interrupt me, and now I come out here for a few minutes to plug CCW Combat TV. We got some great interviews. We got TNA, Talia, April Hunter. Also, go on the website. You can check out my point of view, McNasty's point of view, TJ Wild's point of view. We're going to be telling you how it is this show and every other show. But McNasty, right now we're getting ready for Jay Lethal as he gets in the ring, as him and Slyck Wagner Brown are going to finish what started way back in Norfolk.
And his opponent, Jersey represent.
Basketball season has returned.
Hang on a second.
From Boston, Massachusetts, weighing 225 pounds, the Underground Beast, Slyck Wagner Brown.
You heard it here first and right, folks. Slyck Wagner Brown is in the house in East Haven.
Mike McNasty, I'm going to give it over to TJ Wild, but remember, I'm going to go back and get the Canadian superstars. I'm going to get Slyck and Lethal when they come back to the ring, and who knows what's going to happen later on tonight. I'm going to make sure I'm back there. Gentlemen, thanks for the time.
Oh no, Rick Starr, don't go yet. Come on, man, hang around for a little bit, bro. Seriously, we can do some commentary.
Oh, don't get all sentimental about it. You know you missed me, Mike.
Ah, damn it. Well, TJ Wild, you got back just in time. Slyck Wagner Brown is making his way down to the ring, and we're going to see him take on superstar Jay Lethal in a 2 out of 3 falls matchup.
Now, I was here last time. I wasn't officially with CCW yet, but I was here the last time these two hooked up at CCW, and that match was off the hook. Absolutely. They took each other from one end of the ring to the other, from pillar to post, as they say. And it was a phenomenal matchup, not quite able to determine a winner. But here we are, 2 out of 3 falls, and I have been told that this is a #1 contendership match as well. Whoever comes out on top of this matchup will be the #1 contender for the CCW heavyweight title.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wild, don't put nothing past these guys. Jay Lethal himself has been take a listen to this. Listen to these credentials. He's been a JPW Cruiserweight title champion. He's been a JPW television title champion. He's been a UCW world champion, a JCW Cruiserweight and television champion. He's been a JPW, that's a Jersey All-Pro, a light heavyweight title holder. This guy's been all over the place. He's been a Ring of Honor pure title champion.
I have also seen Jay Lethal at JPW. He had a great match against Azrael for the light heavyweight championship, and that match was just ridiculous. That is the only word I can think of to describe it.
No doubt about it. I mean, Wagner himself is well established in the business. You know, in high school, Wagner was the captain of the wrestling, the football, the track and field team, the basketball team. He turned down an amateur wrestling scholarship to attend Killer Kowalski's Pro Wrestling Board. But take a listen to this.
The crowd is split here in East Haven, Connecticut.
Nothing like a CCW show, Wild. There we go, collar elbow tie up these two guys in the center of the ring. Slyck Wagner Brown versus Jay Lethal.
We have referee Rich Bass in the ring officiating this matchup. For those of you who that matters to. But it's good to know.
I'm a big fan of Rich Bass's, don't get me wrong.
Like, you mean like Bass, like fish with a lot of money, or are you a big fan of that Rich Bass?
I'm going to have to go with that Rich Bass,
okay.
Although I do enjoy salmon. Well, Arminger here now from Slyck Wagner Brown on Jay Lethal. Lethal rolls over, pops up, Arminger of his own.
These two are going to put on a literal clinic of wrestling moves here. They have plenty of time to do it in 2 out of 3 falls. They're going to show each other just how good the other is.
Slyck with a takedown now. Hops over and takes that leg of Lethal.
Modified Achilles hold right there, or Achilles lockout, if you will.
Again, these guys both awesome competitors.
Pulling back into a lay-down surfboard.
They both hold memorable wins over guys like the Amazing Red and Sanjay Dutt. I mean, the list goes on here, Wild.
STF into a side headlock.
Yeah, good call, Wild. Side headlock there as Lethal spins out. Takes that arm into an armbar now. Had the legs over the face and chest of Slyck Wagner Brown there.
Now, if you had to give an advantage to either competitor, which one do you think it would be?
I think I would give the advantage to Slyck.
Now, Slyck does have more experience.
Slyck is a bigger guy in the ring physically. That's got a lot to do with it, Wild, as you very well know.
Right, but you got to look at the conditioning of Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal is arguably the best condition of anyone in CCW. And you might notice that Slyck Wagner Brown, he is a thicker, wider guy than Jay Lethal is, but Jay Lethal is faster.
Take a look at that, though, Wild. That's what I'm talking about. Did you see the speed of Wagner on that move?
Don't let me take anything away from him. But all I'm saying is that, I mean, Lethal is a little smaller, maybe a little faster, more agile, perhaps. But you have to put experience and a little bit of the speed and a little bit of the strength back into the category of Slyck Wagner Brown. I'm going to put my money on Lethal. That's just me. You've obviously got your money on Slyck. It's a split core here.
Well, we'll see how it turns out in the end. These guys got 3 possible falls to do it, and
I'm sure they'd only like to get it done in 2.
Well, we'll see again how things go. Take a look at where they're going right now, down to the mat. Jay Lethal's head. Lethal powering up there from a bridge. Took him off his game for 1 second. Caught an arm drag by Slyck. Lethal down with the roll up there. Kicks out and backs off. Slyck is a big guy, not at all easy to bring down. God damn it, my ears are ringing.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
Slyck comes in with the knee there. The first to break the technical competition and take it straight to brute force.
Oh!
Wow, did you hear that, Wild?
Lighting him up like a Christmas tree.
Lighting him up like a Christmas tree. Big elbow to the mush there. Slyck with right timing. Oh, wow!
Oh my goodness! Slyck Wagner Brown was seated on the top turnbuckle only to be greeted by a tremendous dropkick by Jay Lethal to the outside with only the ring apron to break his fall.
Well, you said a mouthful there, Wild. I mean, did you see the speed, the intensity, and even the power that Lethal committed to that move? And that's a big difference right there. He committed to that. He knew he was going to hit that dropkick.
Oh, these are the reasons that my money is on Jay Lethal tonight.
Lethal evening the score with the chops there.
Bring him to the other side of the ring. Never leaves a fan out, that Lethal.
Slyck with a chop now of his own. They get sprayed from the sweat that are flying off those things. This is unsanitary.
Well, nobody ever said wrestling was clean. Back into the ring with the action. We've seen lots of great chops by both of these competitors. Unbelievable.
Take a look at that. Big snap suplex there, right over into a cover. Lethal staying on his game, bad move. Jaw jacking with referee Bass.
Very close. Don't mess with Bass. He'll throw you right out of here.
This guy talks more than you do, Wild.
Nobody talks more than me.
Wow, hang on, Wild. Did you see that backbreaker? 2 count there.
I saw it. He wants to get this first fall over with because he's got 2 more to go. 1 more if he can score it.
Lethal now with a forearm to the face of Slyck. These 2 guys are, so far, like we said, putting on a clinic. I'm not talking about playing Parenthood, Wild.
I know.
I'm talking about a wrestling.
Oh!
High backdrop there. Jay Lethal.
Side suplex applied and brought Slyck right back to his feet. Kicking out on a 1 count.
1 count only there. Jay Lethal going for those pin attempts. You know, every time you kick out, the more and more energy you put out on a kick out, the less and less easier it is to get your shoulders up repeatedly.
Absolutely, and both of these competitors know that.
You'll really be surprised when a guy as strong as Jay Lethal is holding you down how hard it is to kick out.
Well, rear chin lock applied by Jay Lethal right now. Knee in the back for some extra leverage, a little extra strength on that.
Referee checking for the choke, asking Slyck. Jay Lethal has got that move applied firmly, right where he needs to be, right down to the centimeter. And Slyck is in some serious trouble here. He's got to work up out of this. He's got to turn it around on Lethal and take the advantage if he wants to get that first pinfall, which can be critical. Big boot to the back there can be critical to winning a 3 falls match.
Yeah, the first fall is usually, it puts a lot of favor in one or the other camp's corner.
Oh yeah, well you're building momentum, you know what I'm saying? Just like Lethal's building momentum right now and burying those forearms into the chin of Slyck. Reverse of the whip. Schoolboy. Lethal gets the 2. Slyck rolls it into a crossface. This could be our first fall, Wild. Watch closely.
All he's got to do is tap, and 1 fall has been scored.
Slyck has got him in great position in the ring right now.
Are we going to see it? I don't have a great view from where I'm sitting.
Lethal in the dead center of the ring. He's got nowhere to go. There's only one way out of this if he wants out. Can Slyck keep it in long enough? Lethal moving, a centimeter at a time.
That's all it takes. Only inches away now.
Swinging his body around. Slyck wisely with the 2 count only. Holy cow. I was close.
Oh!
What a move.
Huge leaping leg lariat. Straight up on by Slyck Wagner onto Jay Lethal.
2 count only. Slyck going for the hook in the leg there. Now locking Lethal's head up in his arm.
Slow the man down. If he can't breathe very well, he's not going to be able to move as quickly.
But Lethal's a smart guy. He knows plenty of ways to get out of this. He's in good ring position right now. Fans getting behind Lethal.
Right in the center of the ring. You can't ask for better ring position than that. Bringing him up.
Lethal now. Working its way up, fans getting behind him. Slyck keeping that hold lock in. Lethal breaks free and gets a clothesline for his trouble. What a clothesline by Slyck Wagner Brown. 2.
Not able to get the 3 count.
2 only.
Slyck Wagner Brown goes back to that rear chin lock on Jay Lethal.
You see what he's doing? He's segregating one body part. He's picking Lethal apart move by move here in this match. And that is only going to favor him in the end. You know, it could be a split second where that 3rd fall comes in.
Absolutely. And getting that first fall, like we said before, will mean a lot as far as momentum. Because it gives you kind of like a cushion or a buffer zone, if you will. Because you can sacrifice, if necessary, 1 pin in order to get the job done.
And Slyck just throws Lethal down there by the neck.
Just for instance here. Say Slyck Wagner Brown gets the first pin. He could roll out of the ring, grab a chair, and just beat the crud out of Jay Lethal and sacrifice being disqualified once. Because the guy's not going to kick out of a beating like that, and then he goes and gets a 3rd fall.
Well, the show that Slyck is putting on here tonight, I think he's got his sights concentrated on Lethal.
Lethal definitely on the receiving end of some punishment here.
Well, fans getting behind Lethal, and
we are very early in this 2 out of 3 falls match. We have not even seen 1 fall.
Oh, wow.
We have seen 1 chop, though. We have seen more than 1.
Holy cow. What a chop by Slyck Wagner Brown. Lethal gets the reverse. Slyck out the ropes. Climbs to the top. May have taken too long. Lethal with the crotch there.
That was a very innovative way to get out of the ring quickly.
Hey, this guy is full of it.
Yeah, don't say that about him. I'm sure he's a stand-up guy.
Both these competitors, what I meant, very educated in their craft.
They're no slouches, these two.
Hang on a second. Big Frankensteiner coming up here from Lethal.
Going for a top rope Hurricane Run, getting caught.
Lethal's in trouble. Wagner Brown has got him caught.
Oh, don't do it.
Lethal is fighting out.
Please don't let me see what I think we're going to see. Oh!
Lethal hits it.
Able to get that top rope Hurricane Rana.
Now Lethal making his way to the
going in for that pin.
Good point, Wild not going for the pin, going to the top rope. That could be the difference, ladies and gentlemen. Big headbutt.
Who knows what he could be hiding in that afro? The loaded head drop.
Oh, Wagner gets a shoulder up.
He could be hiding bricks in there, small families. Not able to get it done, though. Still only no falls for either person.
The headbutt does not get the job done, but think about this for a second. TJ Wilde, as Slyck Wagner Brown reverses the whip, gets met with a big elbow. These two guys have got to have been studying each other. Oh! Big clock leader there. That's it.
Catching him off guard, stunning him just enough to grab that leg and get a 3 count.
Winner of the first fall, Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal taking the first fall on Slyck Wagner Brown here.
I don't know, my money's starting to look pretty good right now.
Slyck is going to have to win the next 2 to walk out of this match victorious.
2 in a row is hard to pull off.
Now, if I were Slyck Wagner Brown, I'd be going back to that neck. I'd hit it, and I'd hit it hard. But take a listen to this. Going for the cover. Slyck pulls him down. 2 only.
That was close. He was playing possum, tried to pull it and roll him over.
No, look at him. I don't think he was playing possum. I think that was sheer reaction. Lethal was in a position that he shouldn't have been. And I mean, a guy like Slyck will just jump on that. Big clothesline.
Running clothesline by Jay Lethal. Still only 2.
Brown kicking out. Wow, this is actually, as speculated, is incorrect. These two guys have faced each other. These two guys have faced each other before. If you remember the days of Hydro.
Look at this lockup. Almost a reverse figure 4. Not really a reverse figure 4, but using his arms to figure 4 the legs, and then using his legs to hold him up in the air in a surfboard position. Very innovative.
You are quite the analyst, TJ Wilde. Would analyze that. Oh, for sure that was a 3.
And you couldn't possibly think these two haven't met up before, because they met up before a month ago. Here in CCW.
Oh, sorry, I zoned out for a second, Wilde. My fault, buddy. Hey, intern, go get me a soda.
Slyck Wagner Brown in the corner, and oh, a chop for your troubles.
Ooh, too bad the intern walked out after that. Big chop there.
We're gonna see another? Oh!
Did you hear that, TJ?
I heard it echoing in my headphones for quite a few seconds. The crowd chanting one more time. They're not gonna get it. Whip to the corner. Ew, that was not pretty.
Jay Lethal.
Able to throw a man larger than himself across the ring with such velocity.
Hey, Lethal's on his game right now. Lethal is on a roll, Wild. That's what he's doing. He's building momentum up here, and it's going to be hard for Slyck Wagner Brown to build it back now. It's going to take something real big out of Slyck. Slyck has got to reach way deep down.
Into his gut.
There
to get that killer instinct.
His gut, that's right. I wasn't talking about his boots.
No, not his boots.
Well, I'll tell you, Lethal now is just picking apart.
Wagner is just aching. I mean, after that fall, we haven't seen him really react that much in an offensive manner.
Look at him, he's worn down.
Nice elbow by Slyck.
Hop up there, didn't he?
Oh!
Hops over Lethal.
He came back and sat on his head and then jumped over him. Lethal elbows out, goes for another big clothesline. Full Nelson backbreaker. Slyck using momentum, going for the cover. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. Slyck pulls out the second victory.
The second fall, Slyck Wagner Brown. Evening this match at 1 fall apiece.
1 fall apiece. 1 for Slyck, 1 for Jay Lethal.
Well, I'll tell you what, don't count out my boy SWB. Don't do it, Wild.
I didn't take any credit away from him. I didn't count him out at all. I just put money on Jay.
You told me we'll work with Wagner now on the outside of the ring here. Going to pick up the pieces of Lethal. Fan up there with the bats now.
Oh! Slamming his back into the corner post.
Oh, hang on a second. Wagner Brown has got that bat. He's ready to unload on Lethal.
Oh!
Oh my God. Did you hear that, Wild?
That's going to leave a mark.
Wild's got...
Is this bring your own weapon night? I think some of those autographs may have come back on Jay Lethal's back.
Oh, hang on a second. Lethal now. Going back in the ring by Brown. Brown's ready to go all out. He's ready to finish this match. If he can beat Lethal for a second straight time, and you know what? I'll tell you, Wild, I got the confidence in him. I think he can do it.
Hey, he's got all the ability in the world. The question is, will Jay Lethal have an answer for those questions? Big punches to the gut. Slick on the ring aprons.
Hang on a second, Wild. Lethal's building up steam here. It's got Slick in a bad position. Applies a face lock.
In this type of matchup, it's almost hard to talk about second wind because there's 3 falls.
Hang on. Slick going for the suplex to the outside.
Don't do it.
Battling back and forth.
Landing right on the ring apron. Both on the outside now. Technically, there should be a count going on, a 10 count, or at least a 5 count. You can see the sweat coming off the chest of the competitors with just each chop. Oh! And he misses, swings, clothesline into the ring.
Hang on a second now, Wagner.
Oh!
Misses a springboard moonsault.
That's going to cost him. He went for the high-risk maneuver, and the risk did not pay off.
Come on, Wild, did you see that? I can't believe that. Slyck Wagner Brown right up over the top off the second rope. Lethal's on the outside now, fans behind him.
He's feeling it.
He's just stalking Slyck Wagner Brown right here.
He catches
Brown
him.
catches a crossbody.
Oh! The Uranagi from Slyck Wagner Brown, and that's only 2?
Oh my God. Wild.
That is impossible. Rich Bass's hand could not have been closer to the mat without possibly counting a 3.
I mean, that was 2.99 seconds. Lethal saved every ounce of energy he could for that.
Simply incredible. These two have taken each other to the extreme in this matchup.
Wagner's got Lethal all tied up here. He's got the arms crossed. Set to go into a powerbomb position. He's not gonna do this. No way, Brown's not gonna do this.
Oh!
Oh my God, Lethal got the shoulder up again.
Jay Lethal has got to be acting on pure instinct at this point. Like you said, with his amateur background, previous amateur background, his shoulders will not allow themselves to be on the mat for more than 3 seconds.
Wow, but you and I watching the same match. Come on, bro. These guys are putting on a freaking clinic, and it's only at CCW. We're here at second coming at the East Haven Academy.
I can't believe what we just saw. I can't believe what we just saw. That was a sickening thud that Jay Lethal's head made on that canvas.
I mean, he just drove him down on the mat. That power bind, Slyck Wagner Brown. Lethal there.
How can he have his faculties at this point?
Trying to catch Slyck. He's stalking Slyck again.
Oh!
Oh my God, that's gotta be it. Oh!
That DDT was incredible, and I cannot believe that Slyck Wagner Brown is not looking at the lights right now.
Lethal soaring through the air. He timed it, he positioned it absolutely perfect. Brought Slyck Wagner Brown. I don't know how Brown kicked out of that.
When you jump from that high, you are bringing all the force with you. when you grab Slyck Wagner Brown's head and drive it into the mat. I don't know how many pounds of pressure that was, or pounds per square inch, or whatever mathematic equation you want to use to figure it out. But that had to friggin' hurt.
The Pythagorean theorem, bro, that's where it's at.
Reversed it.
Boom!
Inverted DDT.
I gotta keep myself out of trouble with the censors, but it's hard during this match, Wild.
I understand.
As Lethal
You have a potty mouth. That's what I hear.
I guess I do. You know what? The first step to solving the problem is admitting that you have one. I admit my mouth is a problem.
Slyck Wagner Brown chants a little bit louder than the Lethal chants.
Lethal fighting back here. These voices are thundering in the East Haven Academy. Slyck ducks a clothesline, ducks a back elbow.
Oh!
Huge spine buster, that could be it.
Unbelievable. That's all I have to say about what we're seeing right now. Those voices were so thunderous in this gym. I almost had trouble hearing you, and I felt blessed for a moment. But then I realized that the emotion that these two are drawing out of these fans, you can't duplicate it.
Cannot be duplicated. It's only here the second time CCW returns to East Haven. And these two guys are absolutely, I said before, they're blowing the roof off the joint. Lethal moving slow now.
Well, can you blame him?
Seems to be taking his time to the top. Slyck is trying to gain his bearings. How many times is Lethal gonna stalk Slyck before it ends up backfiring on him?
Just perched
Lethal
on top
at
of that
the
top
well
rope.
again, dips the bucket.
Huge dropkick interrupting that leap from Jay Lethal.
Comes up dry, Slyck Wagner Brown with a huge dropkick.
Right to the breadbasket of Jay Lethal. That's gonna knock every ounce of wind out of your lungs.
But how much did it take out of Slyck? You see Slyck now pulled himself up into the corner, try to provide a little oxygen, try to make his way to his feet. And Slyck
Getting the cat on the top rope.
Takes him right to the top. Lethal's there.
Lethal saw what was about to happen.
Fight out there.
Slyck Wagner Brown on the receiving end of what looks to be a painful proceeding. I can only imagine what Jay Lethal has in store.
I think Slyck has the same idea. He's trying to fight out of it here. Oh, Lethal with the headbutt. Way more effective than those right hands they were throwing.
Well, look at how much hair he's got. Like I said, there are like birds building nests in that thing.
It could be braided knuckles.
Who knows? They're both on the top.
Lethal and Slyck, they're up on the top rope here. Ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention.
They're both trying to get a little bit of leverage. They're both up there.
Off the top.
Who's going to get the best? Holy God!
Did you get a load of that, TJ Wild?
That was the most... I'm just going to let the crowd speak for me right now.
Slyck Wagner Brown pulled that out of nowhere.
I believe that about sums it up, because for about 2 seconds, Jay Lethal was on the right-hand side of the ring, and Slyck was on the left. And when they were on the ground, Jay Lethal's now on the left-hand side of the ring, and Slyck is on the right. How that happened, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to check the tape, but I'm pretty sure it hurt a whole hell of a lot.
Well, I'll tell you what, as soon as you blink here in CCW, TJ Wild, you missed something. That's a perfect example. That's it. Referee with the 10 count.
Neither wrestler able to answer the 10 count.
Fans are upset here in East Haven.
Technically, if a man cannot answer the 10 count, they must keep...
Informed by the official that both men have failed to answer the 10 count. Therefore, the official's ruling is a draw.
The crowd not happy about the match declared a draw.
Well, these fans are upset and they're letting these two competitors know about it, but TJ Wilde, how much can you expend yourself? How much can you put out before you just can't take it?
Now keep in mind, that 10 count could have continued because these two competitors are still on their backs. They have not moved. Rich Bass checking on the well-being of each wrestler.
Well, take a listen to this, TJ Wilde. They're chanting for 5 more minutes. These fans trying to get behind these two competitors.
This crowd is very greedy if they want 5 more minutes. I don't know what else these two competitors could dish out in 5 more minutes of action.
Well, Wilde, the question has got to be answered.
Wrestling fans are just being informed. We're going to go 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. I don't know if I can handle that kind of action. I mean, I could have definitely handled 5 more minutes of the female match. I could have handled, well, 5 less minutes of a couple of the matches. But to see 5 more of this, I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, TJ Wilde, you better just strap in your seatbelt and get ready for a ride because we're going to find out who is going to hold more falls when this match is over. Referee, starting with that 10 count.
Is it going to matter when it gets there? They've already said they would wrestle for 5 more minutes. 10 count is kind of superfluous at this point.
Kind of superfluous.
Yeah, that's a 10-cent word. I'll put it on your tab. Jay Lethal on the receiving end of a thunderous chop. Slyck Wagner Brown definitely, on the receiving end of another thunderous chop.
These guys are barely standing, TJ Wilde.
The rubbery legs are coming in, the knobbly knees, the shaky shin bones, if you will.
I won't, but I will chop you if you keep up with the anagrams.
You don't even think about touching me.
I don't know, maybe not.
Slyck Wagner Brown reaching deep into his soul for one more chop. Will Jay Lethal be able to answer the call? Yes, he will. These two have got to be running on fumes at this point.
Well, that's for sure, TJ Wilde. Lethal shaking those chops off his hand. And a little worse for his wear. He's all caught up in the turnbuckle here.
Oh, you're going to cave in the man's ribcage. It has come to the point that these fans have seen so much that just those big chops are not good enough for them anymore.
Lethal is firing up here in the corner. Slyck cuts it short with the rake of the eyes.
You got to do what you got to do. They've only got 5 more minutes to get the job done.
Slyck telling the referee, I didn't know I couldn't do that. Lethal blocks a kick. Big chop there from Lethal. Still got the chops in him. Oh, Slyck is getting the chops in him.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing.
Shut your chops, Wilde.
I'm going to throw in the towel if I have to.
Well, Lethal's got Brown up on that top rope now. Lethal climbing to the top.
After what happened to Lethal last time, would you want to go near that top rope?
Slyck is in a precarious position, catches him. Slyck's got him again. Lethal is going back up.
We saw this before and it didn't fare too well for Slyck last time.
Take him down. Slyck isn't going. Slyck has got the counter. He lets Lethal up.
Oh no!
God.
Don't do it!
A minute! No way! That's it!
That's got to be it. Ring the bell. Don't even bother going for the 3 count.
God spun it out and slammed it from the top rope. That's it!
Slyck Wagner Brown with the 5 minutes added to this matchup. Able to capitalize on that 5 minutes added to this matchup and score that 3rd fall, essential for the 2 out of 3 falls.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, These two guys went balls to the wall here in East Haven.
You cannot ask for a better matchup to be put on by two individuals than what we've just seen. I don't know what to say. And believe me, it is an entirely different kind of speechless as it was after Talia and April's match. The fans on their feet, showing the support for what they just saw. The athleticism, the competitiveness, the sportsmanship, absolutely flowing out of this ring. Slyck Wagner Brown extending his hand.
Slyck helping up Lethal. I mean, TJ Wild, I don't blame Slyck for showing his accord to Jay Lethal. These two guys put everything into this match tonight. I mean, they pulled out all the stops. They did what they had to do to win. Slyck came out victorious. Lethal was not far, though.
I don't know what to say. These two put on a absolute clinic on what they had to do. And Slyck did what he needed to do to get the job done. Not able to answer the 10 count, they went for another 5 minutes. And what we saw was 5 minutes of two gentlemen pulling out all the stops. Slyck Wagner Brown had one trick up his sleeve more than Jay Lethal did tonight.
Well, why don't you go get Slyck's autograph?
I would be honored to have either of these men autograph at this point. With everything that we've seen in just this past matchup. And you know what? The night could end right now, and it would be enough. But it's not over. We have many more matches for you here tonight.